Dear students, all are you welcome to my class, that is Principles of Management. So the first module of our topic, that is Industrial Management and Safety, isn't it? That's the first topic, first module. There are 4 modules we have to be studied. That is the first module called Principles of Management, that consists of a lot of things want to be discussed. And the lesson 2, the module 2 is human resource management, and third module is quantitative techniques in management, that you have already seen and studied. And the fourth module is environmental pollution and control. In the first module, which is termed as Principles of Management, in that, what is management? So it is a universal phenomenon. Everywhere the application of management you have seen. So it is everywhere in all walks of our life. Management not confined merely to a factory or the offices. Tactful and skillful management is needed in our houses, schools, hospitals, restaurants and social functions like marriages, picnics, conferences, etc. So this management is very important, can be applied in any field of our life. It closely related to mankind for success of our objectives and goals, isn't it? The lack of proper management result in wastage of our time, money and other resources. It is a vital role in business, all business, enterprises and all other services sectors. The productivity of industries and customer satisfaction of service sector are dependent upon the quality of management. So the effectiveness of management is a critical factor which determines the growth and prosperity of enterprises. It is necessary, therefore, that the all engineering field should be accepted. Not only engineering field, even our houses, schools, hospitals and social functions adopt these management principles for increase their productivity and customer satisfaction, isn't it? What is the meaning of management? Traditionally, management is defined as getting things done through others, isn't it? So that is the traditional definition for management. In other words, we can also define management is a managing man meant to attain the company objectives or goals. But this definition is very narrow, isn't it? Why? It is very difficult. Why it is called a very narrow definition? Management is managing men to attain company objectives and goals. Because it is very difficult to handle or manage men to attain company objectives and goals. Now, we have another definition for management. Actually, management is the process of managing men, material, money, machinery, market and methods. So, among these, managing men is the most important factor. See, now the very broad view for the management, definition of management, which is, it is the actually the process of management is the actually is the process of managing men, material, money, machinery, market and methods. So managing is a process of managing 6 M's. You should remember, managing 6 M's are very important: men, material, money, machinery and market and method. Among these 6 M's, managing men is very important and it is very critical. Why? It is managing the men is very critical and important. See, we all know that men or workers are very sensitive. Men എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വളരെ സെൻസിറ്റീവ് ആണ്, isn't it? So the managing men part is to be handled very tactful and carefully. So it is necessary to guide, direct, coordinate and control human effort towards the fulfillment of company objectives. See, workers are very sensitive, so we need to take care, more care and towards that side. That is because they are very sensitive. We should take more steps to control them by guiding them, directing them, coordinating them and control human effort towards achieve more and more fulfillment of our company objectives and goals. So we just create a good atmosphere of company or working atmosphere, making a working atmosphere, better working atmosphere. Then only productivity and other goal objectives become fulfilled. In short, among these discussion, the management aim at making the human strength more productive and effective by way of eliminating human weakness. So above all the discussion, it is clear that there is no any unique definition for management. Okay. So in management literature, different definitions are given by different authors. In short, management as an art of getting things done, as a process, as an activity, as a discipline, as a group or body of individuals. So management can be defined by different way. In short, we can say that it is an art of getting things done, or as a process, as an activity, as a discipline, as a group or body of individuals. We can say define management in a single word. There are a lot of definition and a lot of description about the management, isn't it? Right. You can see a picture here. As a famous man or legender for scientific management. Before going to describe about him, we should know about the development of management theory. See what is the important regarding this development of management theory. See, the story of management. So the different eras that are associated with all the years which were associated with the development of management. The story of management is essentially the story of mankind. We can say that the management is very, very closely associated with the mankind. For example, we can say that Egyptian pyramids and Great Wall of China are current evidence that projects of tremendous scopes employing tens of thousands of people were undertaken well before modern times. Without proper planning, organizing and controlling, such monumental projects would not have been completed satisfactorily. See, these are the pyramids and China Wall, one of the major 7 world wonders, isn't it? We all know that. The huge projects which were happened in the years back, more years back, isn't it? So in that time, these huge projects run successfully and done with a lot of and attain our objectives and goals with satisfactorily, isn't it? In around 1750, England ended the industrial revolutions, which brought about remarkable changes by substituting the machine power for human power. In 1750, there were an era of revolutions in the field of business or industry, industrial revolutions. All mankind or skilled workers are replaced by the machineries. So continuous innovations in the field of services and technology lead to the emergence of modern industries which want the need for scientific management. There were lot of pioneers in the field of management during the time of development, their development. They are Robert Owen, Charles Babbage, Metcalfe, Watt, Boulton and Henry Towne were provided solid metal for constructing the sophisticated and elegant building of management. The real beginning of the science of management did not occur until the last decade of 19th century. A group of persons such as F.W. Taylor, Henry Foyle, H.C. Gant, Emerson, Gilbert, Charles Babbage and others contributed toward the process of the development of the science of management. There are 2 persons I want to be mentioned here because one is F.W. Taylor and other is Henry Foyle. The both persons are known as legend of management because they developed 2 streams in the field of management, isn't it? One stream under the scientific management and other stream is known as principles of management. So F.W. Taylor is known as father of scientific management and Henry Foyle known as principles of management. That scientific management consists of observing and analyzing each task, determination of a standard work, selecting the training men to perform their job, ensuring that work in the most efficient manner. We discussed the matter, this scientific management in next class. Okay. Now let us stop here our class. Thank you. Thank you very much.